Hi, everyone. This is our next episode of our BP leadership, our Blackpink leadership. And today, we're going to talk about a very serious topic. NhiLe, not sure whether you have thought about this word before legacy.
Wow, that's a very big word,
Yeah,
and I think most of the leader did not think about legacy until they reach certain milestone in their life,
yeah.
right? So I think first let's go back to what is a legacy for you mean, because I think everybody legacy is
Hmm.
different meaning.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, legacy is about what the long term. That means the forever thing. You know,
Mm,
what do you mean by the forever thing? Okay. So
yeah.
a lot of people didn't know. Actually, I leave my mission is 5L. How
Mm,
what is 5L? 5L means to love, to live, to learn, to laugh, and to leave a legacy.
that's a
Yeah.
very nice way of remember things.
Yes.
Awesome. You guys learn
So
something new about Pauline today, guys.
yeah. So that's my mission statement, the five
Yeah.
L's. Yeah. So what do I mean by to leave a legacy? Because I know each and every one of us, we can't be here forever. Even the leader whom I respect very much, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew,
Yeah.
he even, yeah, how I wish he can live forever to run the
Me too.
country, to tap on his brains, his wisdom, so much, right? But
Yeah.
we know we can't live forever. But has he left a legacy? The answer
Yes.
is an absolute yes. Today, I am leaving his legacy. And I
Yeah.
believe for many years down the road, Singaporeans, if you are still Singapore, okay, will still be living his legacy in one way or another. So this is
Yeah.
the meaning of legacy, right? So to leave something that will last, be it a value system, be it how we do things, all right, how we behave. I think that's the legacy. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I think it gives a very good example. If I were to
Yeah.
mention somebody, yeah,
Yeah. So
yes.
you mentioned about your uncle Lee, so I would love to mention about my uncle Ho, which is in my country, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
So this is a very good example of legacy. So when
Mm,
I was a kid and I learned about how Uncle Ho had to escape the country, go to France, and
mm,
learn everything from his own job in the boat, in the ship as the chef. He have to
mm,
sit behind cooking, and then at the same time he learned English and French, so he can move. When he moved there, he can speak for our people about independence.
mm.
When I was a kid, I hear that story. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why it's so important, right? But
Yeah.
now when I'm in this stage, I realize how important was that someone life decision choose
Mm.
to create a legacy that impact a million generation after that, like because we have 19.7 million people in Vietnam, right? So it's a big population, we're not small.
Yes.
Individual of us, even we have kids, even our great
Mm,
great grandparent, even
mm,
we own this independence and freedom because of these men.
mm.
So do your country. And
Yeah,
this is come back to make me think deep about, so what legacy I leave back. In
yeah,
general, people leave back their legacy, for them is just they kid and that's it.
yeah.
As a leader, the truth is we don't think as that simple. I'm sure
Mm,
Pauline will agree with me on this, because none of the leader I meet that they say they just want to give back uh, the egg and the sperm to create a baby and that's it, right? I in general, they don't, they really think to the extreme, like they plan until they pass away, the plan
yeah,
should be continued. It's mean the biggest sacrifice. I don't normally, I don't like to use the word sacrifice because it sounds like we
yeah.
so important that we have, but that's a part of life, right? You
Mm,
need leader, you need follower, you need both.
yes,
And as
yes.
a leader is the one who in front, who try, who do things that people don't understand, don't get it, like
Yeah.
they see the future, they have a vision, they know how can make the world better. Not all, but some can, to support and to build and to lead back the innovating thing. Like look at the light bulb that we have right now.
Yeah.
This is a legacy. Look
Yes,
at
it
the
is.
camera we use right now. This is a legacy. Look at the
Mm,
screen we use,
mm,
and all this. I love to use the word. legacy contributed by a lot of leader, because
Yes.
if you break down every product that we have, it
Mm.
part of it is come from some genius from different
Yes.
companies, different countries, rather it's from Japan, from
Yes.
Italy, from Korea, from Singapore, every
Mm.
product we use.
Yeah.
To see how beautiful device the world is, but at the same time, all these leaders come together to create
Mm.
just the bike alone or the
Yeah.
car alone. See, think
Yeah.
about that. You break down the whole car, every
Yes.
pieces of that it
Yeah.
create from a different part of the world,
Yep. Yep.
right? Yeah.
Correct.
So that's for me is the legacy. You leave back thing that you know is good for human being,
Yeah.
but at the same time you don't selfish to believe that legacy
Mm.
is just something between you and yourself only.
Yeah.
You have to live a bigger purpose. That's how I
Right.
see things.
Yeah. But I think when we touch on this topic now, when we talk about the really the big leaders, I'm not sure about audience over here. You might be having the thinking, that means I must be very, how should I put it? I do big things. Like,
Yeah.
because they are like building a country, you know. Okay, so
Yes.
this is something I have to probably correct a bit. That building a legacy doesn't mean it has to be really big stuff. All
Yeah.
right. So I think building a legacy just means what are the kind of very simple value system that we want to leave behind, so that would actually live for generations after generations. Let me give a very simple example. I think probably mothers leave a lot of legacy behind, right? What
Yeah.
do I mean by that? For example, the dishes. Okay, very simple, like cooking a dish. You know,
Yeah.
my family, I'm not sure about Miss Ni, do you have like a family traditional dish? I do.
Of course.
Ah,
Every New Year's we have that in our house, and every family cook differently. Even
yes,
the dish name is the same, but the
yeah.
flavor is different.
Yes. That's
Yes.
why I say, there's this thing that every, let's say, our New Year, we must eat a certain thing. This thing
Yeah.
was definitely invented by one of the mothers, you
Yeah.
know, who may be uneducated, who doesn't know
Yeah.
how to do big things. But you know
Yes.
what? She has left a really nice a recipe that actually comes from the heart.
Yes.
And that, that thing about that, wow, it may not be the most delicious food. I must say this.
Yeah.
Somehow to us it's the most delicious food. But when we maybe do it for somebody else, it may not be the most delicious food. It will not go into the Michelin star, 3 star, or whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah.
But to us as a family, it's a feeling. It's a feeling when we have actually ate it. Today I'm actually in Houston. Okay. And a family hosted me. I knew this family. Now I call them my Houston family. So yeah, I actually met them during last year October in one
Mm.
of the training session. So that family come from China, and because we know how to speak Mandarin, we can connect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Nice.
And today I just say that, oh, we were talking about dim sum, some Chinese food. And I said, wow, I really love, because they were making some dumplings, some buns. I said, oh, do you know, when I was young, the thing that I really love was that red bean bun. We call tau sa pao, right? That it's very simple red bean bun. And you know what they do? And later on, what they did was in the afternoon, they went over to the supermarket and buy the red bean and make the bun for me. So it's like, I'm not sure. I have not tasted it yet, but I can tell you one thing. The moment I see them do it, that feeling came to me. Even now, when I'm saying it, I got goosebumps, right? It's just that feeling of that hot, sweet flavor stuff that fill my stomach. It's the legacy that my mom has actually left, because when I was young, okay, my grandma, every time I go to her house, her breakfast is only one breakfast, and it's this red bean bun. Yeah. So eating that reminds me of my grandma, right? So
Mm.
it attaches a legacy. Even if when I was talking to my cousins all will always remember
Yeah.
her breakfast, because many of us were kind of like taken care of by her. So we will always say breakfast will always be the red bean bun. Lunch will always be that roast pork rice, the char siu rice. Never change. Every day if we were taken care of by her, she literally doesn't think of the menu, and she made the same thing.
Yeah.
But it gives us a legacy that we are now sharing this story with our
Yeah.
children. and her legacy lives behind. Yeah.
Yeah. I
See?
think that's also the example you mentioned is very similar with like Vietnamese culture. So we have this culture of we will sit down together and eat. I'm sure you go see my team and you see
Yeah.
my you come you see my house when people come. So we don't like to eat separately, like you different timing. Even you're hungry, we have to wait for each other, and through the meal we share the story, and we can eat all the traditional food together,
Mm.
and we really enjoy it together, and we talk more about emotional in the meal, and it become a
Yes.
traditional, right? It's like the you rather eat lunch together or dinner together. And
Mm.
then that's culture, it bring up to every like company, like you want the
Yes.
bonding with people, you also have
Yeah.
to go through meal, like because
Mm.
that's the only time you don't have to think of work. You have a
Yes.
good meal and you have a good love and you have more connection, and that's some legacy I think as Asian or in general
Yes.
I find we have that,
Yeah.
right? We have
Yes.
the enjoying each other comfort
Yeah.
through food. Oh,
Yes.
another legacy that I can mention that like you, I agree with you. You don't have to do big thing to leave legacy as
Yes.
well. Because for me, when I was a kid, I did not realize that knowing how to cook is something legacy. For
Yeah.
in my country, when the adult force the kid to learn how to cook is a normal thing. It's really
Yes.
a normal thing for us. Like you need to know how to cook. Start with rice first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, cook rice first, and then after that they teach you how to cook vegetable. After you cook vegetable good, and then now you cook meat, right? Every
Yes.
day you will improve one dish. And when I was a kid, I find it's normal. And when I moved to here, and when I tell people, oh, I cook at home for my kid all the time. I'm a busy mom.
Yeah.
I cook almost every day. I cook for
Wow.
everyone, for myself. You come to my house, you see, right? I cook a lot. So they like, how do you have time to cook? And then I realized I didn't know cook is something that is so difficult for people until I moved here. And then I learned that, oh, the culture thing that you learn from young. And at
Mm.
the same time, it's a legacy that the last woman passed to you
Mm.
about the belief that you should know how to cook, not because
Yeah.
you need to cook for a man, but if you're hungry, you need to know how to feed yourself. You need to know how
Yes.
to cook a basic stuff so you don't you pass through the hungry. You can,
Mm.
if you live in the country can buy things then good, but if not, how? Like if you're
Mm.
in the jungle, and my country is different with here, you really have to sometimes go out and nothing to eat and you have
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
your own
Yeah.
food. So that's passed down to me that I can cook, and that's something also legacy, the skill of
Yes.
systemize how
Yeah.
quick you can prepare the dish and cook quick and you
Mm.
have a good meal and you go for work.
Yes.
Because cooking for me, yes, of course I have help from Maya, my helper, to
Yeah.
prepare everything, and I just need to cook 15 to 10 minutes because it's quick. But the preparation and the system also come from
Yes.
our busy mother in the past, grandmother in the past who are
Yeah.
farmers, right? They want it quick, they want it fast, and they want to feed the whole village. I say, hey,
Yes.
I have 10 kids, for example.
Exactly. That's what my grandma do. You know.
Yes. Can you imagine? Like now we cannot do as quick as like all the kid are hungry and
Oh yeah.
the parents just say 10 minutes and the food is ready. You guys book the bowl on the table
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Just set the
everything, and then we
table.
just do our work. By the time
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
everything there, the food is
Yes.
just come out like
Yes.
a magic.
Yeah. You know, my
And they
grandma can
yeah,
cook for like every day because she has to take care of her grandchildren. And then
yes,
because the kids, her kids, which is like all the parents, will actually come back home to eat. And every day she
yeah,
cook about maybe 20 people. Yeah. And she will do it every day. Every day.
yeah,
All right. Yeah. Like within an hour, pump, 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 everything's done. Like half an hour.
yes,
So this is
yes,
so we have talked about
yeah,
what legacy means to us, but
yeah.
maybe Ni, you want to say what impact then do you want to leave as a leader yourself? Let's talk about back
Oh,
into organization. How do we relate this back in running the organization as a leader? Mm.
Oh, it's a really a topic that in my heart for many years. So it's very easy for me to share because I've been sharing this again and again over and over many years. Right from day one, when I decided to start up again in Vietnam after
Mm.
I've been have some achievement in Singapore, because I'm aware that I cannot live forever, exactly like you say.
Yeah.
Then I go back to deep to the root of what motivate me to be entrepreneur.
Mm.
I really ask myself that question so deep that I say, okay, I might want to do it just to make a money to feed me and my daughter, or bigger than
Mm,
that. Because if I can feed me and my daughter, then I'm already enough. I
mm,
should stop.
yeah.
But it's stuck inside me every night when I go to sleep is no, something else calling me. And I think we are leader, we have that gut feeling. Everybody will have their own call. I
Mm,
don't think my call will be same like other. But then I start realize that keep calling me is no, your job is you need to make more leader like you. The world need more leader like you. The world need more leader better to
mm,
support the society. And that's when from 2019 to now, my only mission is I very focused on build the next leader. So you
mm,
see the difference. People ask, yeah, you do education. It mean you
yes.
teach everybody. I say yes, I teach everybody, but in
Mm,
the everybody,
yeah.
I select who want to be a leader, and then
Yeah.
I invest a lot of time, energy,
Mm,
resources into them
yes.
because I only focus one thing, leader.
Mm,
I know
mm,
it's unfair, but I believe other leader will focus on this group, right?
mm,
My job is I go and I select and I like, this person can be a very good future leader. And I
mm, mm,
select on my team. I propose to them, do you want to be together? You want me to support? I would love to support you. You have
yeah.
a beautiful vision. You can contribute to the world. I will support
Yes.
you. And I've been do that from 2019 to now.
Mm,
And below me, you already meet. I have a lot of young leader.
yeah.
I train them. After I teach them, they own company. Now they decide. They like, do you
Mm,
want to continue this journey to do a bigger game with me, or you just want to support yourself? Because if you support yourself, I'm understand too. Because this is
mm,
so hard. It's so hard to collaboration and live back the world. And my next step that I've been doing, which is I going on process is all my leader who be with me now, we commit one and one thing that one day if I pass away or they pass away, the business should be support next to the young kid who are underprivileged, who are may potentially leader, right?
mm,
Because I'm not talking about kids who have parents because they are have well taking care of their parent, but I'm
mm,
talking about the special kid or the kid who in village Vietnam who don't have money for education or parent sick or cannot take care of them or they need money to study and
yeah.
all of them is the future, right?
Mm,
So that is my legacy. I want to give back the education system. I want to give back lead back the way of leader think and the leader who lead by heart, but at the same time they use their intelligence to spread
mm,
knowledge is important and you cannot stop learning and
yeah.
create more leader for the world. So that is my big legacy that I want to leave back after I
Wow.
pass this world. And I
Very
may cannot
impressive.
success. I may not success. I tell you guys all this from day one. I'm very sure I may not success, but I'm still do it anyway.
Yeah.
That's my choice. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, leaving a legacy doesn't mean we need to succeed. It's just
yeah,
really the spirit behind it. This is
yeah,
what I'm saying. Yeah. At the
yeah,
end of the day, it's the spirit. When I mentioned to leave a legacy is when people remember me, they remember my spirit, my value
yeah,
system, right?
yeah,
So we will pass down to generations like my children, and my children will actually have it, and then down to my maybe grandchildren, hopefully. And now, as a leader, this spirit also, I believe, has passed down to my team members, who
yeah,
many of them have been with me for like 10 years before I leave the organization. So they understand, even now, some of them work with me, they understand how I'm like when they are working with me, right?
yeah,
How am I like as a leader? So, what impact I want to leave as a leader would be the spirit and the value system, like
yep,
how I think, how I work, just like Nhi is actually saying, to build the second, third generation leaders, they themselves. So I always tell people, in the end, I build my own competitors. And am
mm,
I upset with it? No, actually, I'm very happy. So I was so happy that I said, it's time for me to leave this field because we have like my company has actually groomed better people, probably the younger people, to actually run it, and they may be better. Why not do it? Because our aim at that point of time, like when I was doing this thing about investing, my aim was to share with more people about the importance of investing and make sure that they learn about what investing is about, which is the reason why I authored two books: Value Investing for Women
Yeah.
and invest like Buffett for parents, because these books in future can become a legacy as well. So I do whatever it takes to touch as many lives as possible as a leader in that domain knowledge, as a leader running the organization. Yeah. So it touches the people's lives, and from there, they will spread to share with the rest of the other people as well. And my
Yeah.
friends, new friends who actually get to know me, would also start to read my book and kind of like know where I'm coming from. Yeah, so this is the impact that I want to leave as a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the next thing maybe I want to share is like a moment when I realized that my leadership has shaped my legacy. Yeah. So
Mm.
this is the part I would actually say that when I was running the organization, we have this thing, my organization, because we are very young. I believe Neil also your organization, you like to work with young people, and
Yes,
it's a
that's
very
right.
young organization and it's very dynamic, very vibrant. Similar.
Yeah.
So 14 years ago when I was running my organization, most of them, right, in those years that I was running my organization in the financial education arena, the average age is about 28 years old. So all the more, as a leader, I need to be able, right, to lead them, and that's where when I see the age, I realize my leadership is so important to leave a legacy in them, because I may be about like 40 years old, but they are only in their 20s. So even if I were to leave for whatever reason, touch wood, now people would just leave like that, all right. And you may say, right, I'll pass away or what, or maybe I'm not working in the organization, but they do know what is the impact that we are going to do in impacting those people's lives. So
That's true.
these are the things that when I start to see that when they step out, the moment how I realize that my leadership of shaping this legacy is because they can step out and of my organization. That means they resign or they leave the organization and they can do well. That is the key. I'm very happy that my team member doesn't stay with my team. They go out, do things that they want to do, and they continue to do well. That is what I think that the legacy, the moment when I think, wow, it's working. Yeah. How about you?
Yes.
Nhi? Yes.
I'm almost similar with the story you just shared, because
Mm,
I would never go deep to like how the style of the leader can impact everybody life.
mm,
Even you work with them for a week
yes.
or a month or like few days, or
Mm,
even you work with them in a short project, you really remember. I tell it that to myself that today even you have few hours with this group of people, you
mm,
may change their life of how they believe, of how they think.
yes.
And you are leader, whole life you are leader.
Mm,
No matter what, where you go, somehow your energy, your mindset, the way you sharing things, is really shape, like change people vibration, I find, right? And when I start be a leader and I hear a lot of story when people come to me and with the same feedback, they like, I never worked with anyone like you before, or when I work with you, I feel like home, I feel like family, I feel like you listen, you understand my
mm,
problem. In the past, when I work and I tell my boss this and they don't want to listen to me, that's when I realize that even all that people, it give negative impact in all these people heart and scar them. It means how about a good thing that I'm going to share to them? It's also affect the same thing, right?
mm.
People can give scar to you. It means people also can heal you.
Yeah.
Different leader will give you a different impact in your life, and it keep remind myself better as a leader in every day. Trust it. Now I still have that in my habit routine. Even after this podcast, I have a class of like almost 200 people, and I still feel like it's a day for one. I'm start doing something. I tell myself, even today is not the first time you teach so many
Mm,
people. Remember, this is like a first time for somebody else that they're going to listen this, they're going to learn from this, they're going to take away, and they can be a better person. So do 100%, do your best to pass down the whatever you've been
mm,
get and learn and gain experience and knowledge, because universe will be there for you. And that sentence keep come to me before class always, and I never miss a day to say that, because I worry that we numb our empathy. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
because the empathy, we every day we hear the same sad story. Every day we hear people talk negative. It's very hard for you to filter it, to believe that the world still have good people, and
mm.
people
Yeah,
feel as a leader. If you come in the meeting room and you start roll eye, or you will think, oh, this group of people will be the same again, right? So it's like it's very hard. So for me, the moment I realized that when people come back to me and give me
mm,
feedback to say
yeah.
that I did change their life.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the reason why we are in the education field. And
Yeah.
I really like it when more people go out taking what I've taught them. And you see, the first thing is, of course, when we have shared with them about this thing about the time was financial, and they practice it. When they practice it, it impacts not only themselves, but also their family members. And their family members maybe is going to impact other people as well. And some of my team members, they do it so well that they go out to set up companies, seemingly my competitor, but they're going to impact even more people,
Yep.
right? So that's how our leadership turn into this vision of going through this kind of education, turn into like our daily actions. And the key thing about, I think, for me, that I'm kind of like proud of myself and I believe me is daily actions, the
Yep.
little daily habits that we have. Yeah, which is also the reason why both of us can work very well together. Because when
Yeah.
we say it, we mean it, we do it. Yeah,
Yes.
right. So this is the case where people can see our daily behaviors, and it's not just about our team members, our
Yep.
children as well. So apart from us being leaders in the organization, we are also leaders in our right as a mother to lead our kids. So that's the reason why our children, I can see that both our children, me and my kids, they don't have really behavioral issues that
Yep.
I see some parents have. I was just talking to one of the parent, she's a single mom, and she keeps saying it's very difficult for her to communicate with her son who's only 10 years old because she has been pampering her son. So she does everything for her son. And this morning, the son is supposed to start school at 7:50. At 7:45, he's still at home. At 7:30, he has not wake up yet. I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened? Why isn't your kid like awake and doesn't he needs to go to school? Oh
Yep.
yeah, I had so difficult time. Every morning was just, a battling field. I have to get him to wake up and da 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 da. Da. I'm like, oh. So you see, that's the
Wow. I
legacy.
find my life is so easy when you say that. Then I'm like, huh? I don't have a difficult morning.
Me too. I never like, oh, is there a difficulty? Then you say, yeah, I even, the night before has to pack everything for him, put him in the school bag. And all he needs to do is just throw his tantrums every morning. And after that, no, get the bag. He doesn't even know what's in the bag. And then he go to school. I'm like, huh? Then I tell him, and he's 10 years old, he's 10 years old. He's
Yeah.
not like 6 years old or 5 year old. I said, when my kid is like after the primary one, second half of the year, okay, of course, the first half of the year needs a little bit of adjustment. I need to teach him or her, things like that. But by the second half of the year, I don't even bother, right? The time they need to do their homework, they do their homework, they need to pack their bag, they pack their bag, and so on. Right? The system has been in place. So that is the legacy in our daily activities. And I realize why her son has an issue waking up is because she also, if not for the son needing to go to school, I believe she will sleep late as well. Yeah. See, for us, maybe Nhi and Me, even though we don't need to go to work, I will tell you on a Saturday or Sunday, we'll still wake up at about 5:30 a.m., those kind of
Yes.
mornings.
Yes.
Yeah.
This morning I wake up 5:30. So every day 5:30.
Yes. For me also, sometimes I ask myself this question. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. Do I need to do anything? I need a meetings? Actually, no. But
Yeah.
the body clock just wake up and make sure
Yeah.
that I've got some of the things done. So it's a daily routine and a daily discipline. And this has been seen over the years that my kids, my team members have seen in me. So they know I'm very conscious about time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that to me is an integrity. If we can
Yeah.
make it, we can make it. If we can't, quickly go and call the person. All right, we have to be, something has been delayed and so on. Right?
Yeah.
Rather than what happened to you, unless probably I fell sick until I couldn't wake up.
Of
Really?
course. Yeah.
Yeah, that cannot be helped, right? I was like, I can't even leave the phone, things I'm in coma or whatever, lah, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if not, this is what we mean by everyday thing, that we can go in to it will turn into our vision in terms of our legacy. So of
Yes.
course, the next part we will ask, of course, it seems like, well, everything seems so smooth, but what are the challenges that we have, right? Yeah, to stay true to the legacy that we want to build.
Oh my God,
Yeah, so we talk about, wow, we are like,
it's so pain to say about this. You
okay,
know
so
this.
then
Can
you
I
have
share
your
with
pain.
you this? I did not read the question before we go here, but
Oh,
I this morning I just do this short video for my
mm,
channel because my team asked the same question in Vietnamese.
ah,
That what why become a good woman leader like you get so much stone throw in public and you still do it. So it kind
ah,
of similar with this, right? People. So if you go to my channel in Vietnam and if you can read Vietnamese,
mm,
I have quite a lot of negative comment about what I'm doing,
of course.
right? And I will tell you why. Because for you, you live in the advanced country and first world country, the mindset is very different. So just assume I'm the one who bring this light to education people. So
Mm.
I'm the first, the one and the only teach psychology publicly in Vietnam for the
Right.
first time,
Oh,
right? Yes, that's
oh,
how that's how that's how much
oh.
stone I get. You need to know I teach people sign. I tell them sign online. Can you believe that? In my
Miss
country,
Lee teach science? Really?
yeah. Like you learn about sign behind our brain.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, the science
Yeah.
behind the okay, the
Yeah.
psychology.
So I never so in Vietnam nobody teach this before. Nobody tell you why you behave like that.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
But they if they say you behave like that, they don't have a proof.
Ah,
But I
yeah.
bring because you go to university, you know what before you say, hey, for example, uh, you are auto habit from condition. It means I
Mm,
train you by the bell and
yes.
saliva come out
Oh,
and you
yes,
eat,
yes, yes.
right? So nobody give them this information
Oh,
before.
yes.
And because I
Oh,
bring this to my live stream in Vietnam from 2019 to now,
mm.
people who are from the other side who always believe in what is that called, fortune teller, or
Oh,
all people
yes.
like, oh,
Yes.
you know what, your life like that because of
Yeah.
this, we will have a conflict. And I'm sure in any country who are sign coming with traditional, the fight will definitely happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
old belief will start come and attack me and say,
Yeah.
brainwash my kid, you teach my kid all this, so now they don't listen to me, right? And become a war online, right? So
Yeah.
so my team, so now I share with you the problem I have to deal publicly online. Per day I collect a thousand of comment negative, attack
Wow.
me about my look, about how my eyes, about how my face shape, about my body, about my lipstick, because they have nothing to attack me,
Those are
right?
personal attack. Come on.
But it is happen, right? So
Yeah.
people ask me what the challenge for me to pass down the legacy, that
Mm.
if you deal with people whose
Mm.
gap is so far from you, I'm not saying something wrong with them, I'm just
Mm.
saying the experience they have, the
Yes. Yes.
knowledge they have, the opportunity
Understand.
for them. Like not all people in Vietnam can read
Mm.
English, and not everybody can read the science paper to understand behind the brain what is going on. Even
Yeah.
the doctor not going to sit with you for 10 hours to explain, oh, at this age you have a hormone, and because of the hormone you behave like this, so don't
Oh,
blame the
yeah.
kid. Nobody would teach them the science behind it,
Precisely.
right? And
Yes.
because they don't teach the parent the science behind it, the kid will keep suffering because the parent will keep
Yes.
beat them up. All right. But when I open up my mouth and explain, your kid have some hormone,
Yeah.
it's gotten them from kid to adult, where
Yeah.
they have a period. So please do not learn something about that, to
Mm.
understand the hormone, to understand the
Yeah.
emotional state. So I give that example, but to let you know,
Mm.
how do I challenge? The challenge I have to deal is I still have to continue patient and
Mm.
keep my integrity of I know
Yes.
what I'm talking,
Yep.
because I'm proper educate by Singapore system and
Mm.
Singapore school, Singapore university to teach me the right thing about science behind that. I don't think
Mm.
Singapore book anything in the university to teach me
Mm.
is the non-proven thing, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
will be the last thing I even think of. Maybe I trust this country so much, but I believe so, right? I believe Singapore collect the best in the world to educate people here, and I'm lucky enough to work myself up to
Mm.
study, know all this, and now I would love to share back. So that's the bigger
Yeah.
challenge, that you know what you're talking, and now
Yes.
you have to patiently talking about that, and
Mm.
then you have to patiently educate people, even they don't get it yet. I say they don't get it yet because when
They
I
will
have a
get it
lot,
someday.
yes, they haven't hit
Yeah.
the wall yet, right?
Yes, yes.
And I say this because some people watching my video like 5 6 years ago, suddenly they come back and they say 6 years ago I watched your video and I will block you because I find you so annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I have to go back and find your name and unblock you because I realize that what you say is true.
It's true.
Now
Yeah.
I get it, and then they start
Yes.
coming. So I'm saying they may don't get it yet,
Mm.
but one day they will get it. And maybe
Yes.
when they get it, I'd already may gone. But I have to stay to the side
Yeah.
behind it. Right? I cannot.
Understand.
Yeah. So that's my challenge. Like patient,
Yes.
continue understand that not everybody understand what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I do have a page, a YouTube video just on me.
Yeah.
8,000 overviews.
Yes.
Talk
Yes.
about me. I'm like, I'm so proud.
Yes.
when, when people were like, and it's not one, there were actually two or three, but one more was actually taken down because somebody sued him. All right.
Yeah.
So what he did was because he commented on a lot of people. So in the end, he took down my video as well about all the
Yeah.
negative things, right, that they have said.
Yeah.
So, but the beautiful thing is, it just means if you're talking about you have 1,000 haters, that means you have 1,000 people who actually love you. That means you have impacted 2,000 people's lives. Isn't that great? So I was like, when people would ask me, wow, hey, somebody did a video on you, and of course they don't say the really positive stuff, but because only negative stuff people will watch, right? And he collected 8,000 overviews in that
Yeah.
video, the YouTube video. I was like, wow, my ads maybe doesn't have 8,000 over people seeing, but his review made 8,000 people view my ads. I'm
Yeah.
not able to thank him. I paid him nothing to actually
Yeah.
do this for me. So now I've got probably 8,000 over people who love me and 8,000 haters. And these 8,000 haters, without paying a single cent, watch
Yes.
my ads.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So this is like, okay, maybe this is a challenge to some of you. You're saying you want to build a legacy. And because you want to build a legacy, there are some people who probably would not agree with you, would disagree with you, would even hate you or dislike you, putting up on
That's right.
socials.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're so funny. In the middle, you actually put something on your nose. Okay. See,
That's how real I'm itchy. My nose is sensitive, and when it's itchy, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
you see,
It's
guys, this is what leadership is about. We are authentic. Okay. Yeah.
but you see, people were like, oh, what do you just do? I say, I don't want to scratching my nose in front of you, so I would prevent that by like I say, okay, something is not right with my nose, so I know what I need to do.
What challenges
My
have you
cream is
faced?
really just here all the
Yeah,
time
more pico.
because I was very assured that this spot, I don't know, somehow my studio area, even I clean dust all the time
Mm,
because it's so much equipment thing.
I see. I
It's
see.
so much dust
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sensitive,
Pico
and you have the
sensitive.
curtain,
Oh, God.
the
Okay.
curtain for block the light for you. So
Yeah.
I always have sensitive problem with
Mm,
studio.
I
Every
see.
studio I go, I will have this problem because the light, I don't know why it make my skin sensitive, but other
Yeah.
area is fine. I think it's
Okay.
this also the next challenge you guys have to deal with. You may sensitive with dust in the equipment.
Okay, so you see, the challenges of us facing is we stay true to what we want and who we are,
Yeah.
right? So we say what we really mean and we think. So we don't really mind that people, come and we are not here to look beautiful, pretty, to be perfect. We are authentic. We're
Yeah.
authentic to the sense that you may not like me, is okay. Let me have the feedback. I'll improve on it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to let everybody love me and like me, but
Yeah.
whatever that people can see in me in the authenticity, it will just live on. Yeah, so this is the kind of challenge that we would face, and you would probably face if you want to leave a legacy. All right,
Yeah.
that people might talk about you. Yeah,
Yeah.
so not to worry about it. Just stay true to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
have to go through that.
hmm,
I I will, because you say that, I will remember the story I want to share with you. So when I was a little younger in Vietnam, right? I read news in Vietnamese because back then I don't understand English, and
hmm,
I heard news about Uncle Lee. Even
hmm.
Uncle Lee news is go all the way across the world,
Oh,
and
of
I talked
course.
about him like a dictator, and
Hmm.
they actually come from hater who write that about him,
Yes, yes.
right? But the truth is only when I move here, I'm like, what the heck people write about him in overseas? Can you imagine that man have to live with this earth with people making up about him? Who are you as a person that you
Yes.
think people don't attack you? But he know what,
Yes.
he stay true for. He know what good for his people. He know what good
Yes.
for his country. He know
Yeah.
what he doing. And
Mm,
that's what I just want to enhance what Pauline say is true. You
mm,
will have separate two group of people.
mm,
The people who more closer to you, more near to you, witness you every day, see the
mm.
impact. They know who are you as a
Yes.
person. People who
So,
far from you, like
yes.
the impact you may far, and the, like a sound echo, right? The
Yeah.
farther it is, the sound is lesser. So you may confuse that sound with something else. So that's when
Yes.
you have to decide. But
Yeah.
leadership is like that,
Yes,
right?
there will be noises. So this is the thing that the next part that we say we want to focus on the long-term impact and not
Yep.
just the short-term wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
When there are stuff when we meet with challenges, what is the best way to overcome it when we want to build this legacy? Always focus on the long term. Yeah,
Yep.
it's the long term that we are looking at. Short term, if there's any of all these challenges, just see it that it's a growth. I always see things as a growth, as a learning. Yeah, and it just makes me stronger. So this is where I want to touch on the last part to end this off. Well, I want to ask me a question. If your team had to describe your leadership in one word, what would that one word be? Yes.
Oh, well, this is what the word my team always tell me, but
Uh,
it's very easy if you ask them. It's authenticity. I'm
mm.
very real to them. Like whatever
Yes,
I'm with
she
you,
showed.
with them, I'm the same. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did not. I did not like be a different person. And this they always tell me. They say, the thing I love about you, also the thing that it make me love you so much, but sometimes I'm annoying with you so much that you just be you. If
Yeah.
you pain, you also let people know I'm pain. So what? What
Yeah.
is your problem, right? Or you happy, you also take care of everybody. And somebody attack you, and you just move on. You just forgive. You just say
Mm,
move on. People will attack you. People will steal your
yeah.
money in your company. People will do funny things. Hey, get back up, right? And for them,
Yeah.
it's like I want to revenge this person. You were so nice to them. You were so kind to them. You take care of them. Why do you can get up and move on so fast? And I just say, I wake up and I move on so fast, not because
Mm,
of them, not because I want to hide the problem. I
mm,
just want to tell you that's part of life. You
mm.
cannot win 99 game. You
Yeah.
know, you have to know if this month you make money, next month you make money, this month you make money. For the next 6 months, you may don't make money, and it's a part of the game as the
Yeah.
entrepreneur. You don't make money every month,
Mm,
and you have to be okay with it. And you
yeah.
cannot hold grudges. You cannot go and fight with your competitive. You cannot go with the person who go or
Yeah.
sabotage your business or spy your business or stealing something in your business, and you hold the grudge on that employee. I can be easy quickly, I figured out someone in my organization that is
Mm,
toxic or do all this behave. I just fire them overnight and that's it.
mm,
But my team don't get it. They were like, wait a minute, she not even want to talk about that, she not even have emotional toward that.
yeah.
So that's I'm calling authenticity. I mean it, I really mean.
Mm,
I know I'm better than you. I'm not going to smaller myself to just
yes. You
emotional
need to hide it.
toward the small stuff, right? So
Yeah.
the authenticity is the word that they always tell me, that I just be me,
Yeah.
right? I just be me. I can, and I still deal with that though. I think it's a problem for me, but also in my strength, I'm too straightforward.
Yeah.
And with people who don't get it, they may feel hurt.
Mm,
But for me, I don't know if I hold myself back at don't straightforward, I no longer be myself. So I
mm,
have to always take a risk of be myself. If I think, of course, I don't say hateful to people.
mm,
I'm
mm.
not come to, for example, I'm not come to my employee and say, hey, I hate you. But I will come to them and say, hey, something that you just did yesterday with your teammate, I don't think that's a good behavior.
Yeah.
That's the kind of character am I. And
Yes.
I think we need to work on it, because if not, the team cannot be better. So
Mm,
that's a kind of direct I am. I don't have a
yes.
problem with conflict conversation. I have very straightforward conversation, and some people who not used to it, they may feel hurt because
Mm,
they not used to that style, for example. So
yes.
I still deal with that up to now. The
Yes.
forward from my character of be authenticity, and people who not okay with that. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, authenticity. How about you? What one word that people talk
I
in
think
you?
a lot of people will know this. It's called greed. Never say die. Yeah, I am well known for this. Anything can be done.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Okay. So anyone who actually works with me, sometimes they might be get very stressed out because I say, why not? Can. All right. I will never ask, I can't do it. I will
Mm,
always ask, how can it be done?
yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it will just continue to do and do and do until we are able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is one key thing in my leadership that when you want to work together, I will be maybe the last person standing to say, we will be able to do it. If you want to achieve this legacy, you want to do this, we will continue to do it. Be it 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. This is how the kind of resilience that I have. Yeah. So that's why we talk a lot about resilience and things. Yes,
Yes.
as leaders, definitely we need to have that grit. We need to make sure that we are the last man standing because we are the pillar of the strength of our
Yep.
team. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Good. I think today we have
Okay.
a really good chat regarding leadership and legacy. What will you be remembered for? So if
Yeah.
you like this channel, you like our topics, remember, if you want to comment anything, just put it below and remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel. And see you in the next episode.
Bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe both Pauline channel and my channel, and also this channel. If you love
All
what you're
right.
watching, please share it, and we will see you in the next episode.
Yes. Bye.